We're live. What's going on, y'all? Just want to check in with the Soul Tribe, let you guys know that I normally go live on my phone mostly, but I brought this channel up during a time where I couldn't really go live on my phone due to having to use it from a ton of things I had going on. But now that things have settled down, I will be using my phone and going live on a regular basis like I have on my other 3 channels. So make sure you subscribe to those: King David The Chosen, King David Lone Podcast, and Lone Wolf Narc Bully. That being said, I just want to let you guys know that got a lot of haters out here that can't stand you being at your grind, handling your business. Hang on. It's nothing that you're doing. It's just can't stand to watch you manifest whatever it is that you want through hard work and obviously belief in the Most High. You guys smash that like button. Now, the saddest part about this is your biggest haters will be females. Yes, they will be women, biological. Now, you know, I don't know what it is with these women, American women, but they see you as competition, and a lot of times they just want to replace you, or act as your mammy, right? Or auntie, for those being politically correct. But you don't need a mammy or auntie, and you don't need someone trying to, control you. You have to understand that globally, you're being looked at right now as 11/22 as I say this, and while you're making scraps of leftovers in the States, you could be out here getting the woman of your dreams. And you know, we're Americans, so more bang for buck. If your money goes further in another country, why and when has that become a bad thing? It makes no sense, you know. And again, this is no shade towards any of the guys that want to stay in the States, but I do believe the consistent worry about men that are going their own way and go overseas is starting to seem strange. So there's a lot of propaganda that's speaking against men going overseas, and again, it's a hot topic, but you guys need to understand, why are there so many people concerned about where you're going, where you're living, you know, where you plan on making children at? You know, why, when men are starting to think, all of a sudden there's all kind of issues, you know, where you have social media and the news finding different tactful ways to make it seem like men who are just thinking for themselves are a problem. You know, you got to pay attention to stuff like this. At least I do. And it doesn't make any sense to me. And a lot of times, without your knowledge, there are women, more women that look like you, that have a problem with you having the freedom to date abroad, because now they don't have a retirement plan. They can't run the streets and then lose a little bit and put on a fake smile and get the guy that'll clean up everything. Like, no one's out here looking for Pookie or Ray Ray, Chad or Tyrone's leftovers. And that's just a harsh reality of things right now. Now, they're asking for another chance, but out of crazy talk online from women, the same women asking for another chance, they're still in their ego. They'll still tell you that you're a coward for not approaching them. You know what I'm saying? That's like cowardly bit. Oh, you know, why won't you approach it? You're, no matter what you've done in your life, being a whole hero, whether you're, you know what I'm saying, serving in the armed forces, police officer, fireman, Coast Guard, whatever, you're a coward if you don't approach women. If you're not going out of your way to make women feel more comfortable with the dating situation by continuing to do outdated things, that there are laws in place now for men to kind of like remind us not to do that kind of stuff. So you're wanting us to go against our better judgment and the laws that are in place that could have, you guys going to HR if it's at work, or, whoever, about a guy did something on a date. There's just no safety for men. And instead of y'all just approaching us with it, which would alleviate all the stress and the problems, what do you decide to do? Shame us for not approaching you. It's a wild world we live in. And then you have women overseas that are like, if you just come over here, you never have to worry about that kind of stuff. A lot of y'all would rather argue with women about dating dynamics instead of just go overseas where a woman understands that you want her to have in your life. Only in America do you have women trying to tell you what their role should be in your life, and also tell you what a real man is. How in the world did that happen? Like, I keep seeing these videos pop up in my feed, women like giving advice to men. Like, this one woman's talking about how you should dress, and you should get rid of your Apple Watch. Going on, cuz? Going on? Salute. You guys smash that like button. If you guys have smashed it, I can't see anybody has smashed it. Talking about, get rid of your Apple Watch and get a real man's watch, and she's talking about upgrading your clothes. So she's suggesting you spend more money for vanity and whatever appeals to her and her perspective, but you don't know how many other different women. That's why you have to find your own look and let the woman find you attractive or not. See, if she's looked at you enough to think about how he would look in an outfit that I approve of, then you're obviously her type. To sit there and just run your mouth and complain is really, I don't know, maybe what I believe it is creating space for themselves, right? They're trying to create a space in your life by saying, well, if you upgrade this, that, or the third, then you need no woman telling you what you need to upgrade. As you grow as a man, you're going to figure things out, what you like and what you dislike. Why do we allow it happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're done. We're done. It's over. Men are walking away. And the craziest part, again, while you're walking away, you have women, oh, you guys are losers for walking away. Like I said, the people online saying that it's weird that you're going overseas, to find love or whatever. That don't make any sense. And it's because who cares what you're doing other than the hater? If you're out here going overseas for whatever you want to go overseas for, whose business is it of anyone else's but yours? You gotta smash that like button. Just at this point, like my cousin and other men, we don't even care. We don't even care. I listen to women all day long, like taking jabs at men, going their own and minding their own business and going overseas, and there's full of this hate. And it's so easy nowadays to just project that hate and that trauma on people that have had nothing to do with what caused this trauma, and hurt on these women. And the worst part about it is when you're awakened and you can see it and you're like, well, I don't want nothing to do with it. I just want to get out of this, go overseas, where women want to be women and they're smiling and they're feminine and, they want a masculine man. You don't have to try to subdue your masculinity to make it don't make any sense. So why wouldn't you want us to be arguing? I see so many men on these panels arguing with women about like what a woman should bring to the table, basic relationship concepts. They're rewriting history. What can you do about that? You have to walk away. You can't play the game. You got to be like, I'm not participating. I'm gonna go overseas, because that's to excuse yourself from even the argument. Because women want you to, I got a boss from Six the Goddess. They want to drag you into sass. That's the best way to describe it. They'll drag you into sassy waters, and then they'll drop you off there, and then they'll be like, see, this guy's super sassy. He just he just wants to argue. You gotta smash that like button. And it ain't even nothing like that. They taunt you and everything else. They're bothering you. They're worrying about what you're doing. They're making content about what you're doing. And all you're doing is trying to, you're like, listen, he's not gonna participate. You know what a real man is? Okay, go find him. Right? If you think all men are trash, well then get you a girlfriend. Right? It's like whatever you want. It ain't enough. They want to destroy your will. They want to destroy your will. You can't even be a man and have a little man space. There's women online and on media able to say things like, when I see a man at peace, it just does something to me. Yeah. There's a devil in you, right? Listen, yeah, it does. Every time the devil sees, or the image of God, that's what happens. Gets upset, triggered, bothered. All I'm saying is this. For a whole bunch of women who claim that they got it all together and they're decentering men, well, the concept of decent men is centering men. If you think about it, you're doing everything you can to make sure you don't allow yourself to in your focal point. But in doing that, you're making men your focal point. See, if you're just living your life and you're really giving women positive advice on things, then it wouldn't be called decentering men. It'd be what men have going on, which is called self-improvement, stuff like that. We're not like centering ourselves around decentering women. That would be an oxymoron. You idiots. I know, I get it. I'm the kind of leader that sometimes will throw a few light jabs out there verbally and throw a few, call you a few names. And if a sensitive little rose, you shouldn't be watching this kind of content. But I can't get you to stop watching it because you find me incredibly attractive. But you want me to speak in a way that makes you feel more comfortable. That doesn't make any sense. Right? It's still a control mechanism. Because I'm going to talk like I want to talk. Look, gentlemen, traditional forms of masculinity is back. Never left. I never, I wasn't online, but it's becoming mutually acceptable again. The tide is shifting. There's going to be a major shift to where traditional masculinity be able to be embraced. It never has left, but embraced. And the movement we have going on, we're going to be at the focal point. You see how God has positioned me? The stuff I've been talking about for the past couple years is just now catching trends. The stuff that we've been saying, like, you can't listen to women say, you got to watch what they do. That started here. You know what I'm saying? Semen retention in the sense of using it, to use that energy and fold it into your hobbies, your goals, your dreams, and start over here with the wolf pack. These different concepts, women approaching men, self-improvement, working on yourself. Because when I first started talking about it, they were trying to label me as a narcissist. Yeah, they were calling me the N-word. Because I was talking about focusing on self so that you can pour from a full people. At the time, it wasn't trendy, so they were trying to say, oh, I'm being selfish. I have plenty of videos where I'm talking, to those that were to consider me selfish or whatever, when I'm just talking about what's trending right now. Catch up. Look, ahead of my time. And those that are ahead of their time understand what I'm saying. You can't even get triggered by it because you know what you're saying is too dope, it's too real, it's too fly not to be the truth. It has to just be that people aren't ready for that kind of information yet. It has to make a way and make room for you. And then, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're saying can make more sense to people. But it's made some type of sense to people. You gotta smash the like button. They just don't want it that it's making as much sense. Back when I was first bringing these things up, it made sense to people, or why would they keep watching me? Why would they be looking for other concepts to be working from? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bringing out, before me, I don't remember anyone talking about how women are being taught to be narcissistic. Social media and things of that nature now of recent history. So it is trending, and people are bringing this up and saying, but when I was bringing it up, it's like, oh, you're a narcissist and you're trying to project. And no, I'm telling you, I'm not in the women. I'm saying that women are being taught to be narcissistic from the social media and the media that's teaching everyone to be narcissistic, right? You all the traits of it and how to be cold and heartless, but women consume it more and take social media way more serious than men do. Therefore, they're more narcissistic. Plus, the ads and everything are more targeted towards women. See, I can go into depth about this because I'm the one that brought the concept that's now trending, and you have different women saying this kind of stuff. Just like, again, women approaching men. Brought it up first and how it's the best way because, and I can expand upon it even more so now. But when women approach men, it's the safest thing for women because, listen, women have to, create the space for that they want. And there's no way for a man that's approaching her to know the kind of profile that woman has built, the kind of man that she wants. So he could be something that's the complete opposite and have her disgusted. So the best thing for her to do is for him to be on his purpose, so he's the best version of himself, and then can pick these men that are working on themselves to be the best version of themselves. They can pick the one that they think is the best, and they, drop their handkerchief. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. The modern day version of your handkerchief. Let me go ahead and expand upon it right now. What would be a modern day version of dropping your handkerchief? Well, obviously you're not going to drop your bonnets. If your bonnet comes off, you're going to scare them away, right? So it wouldn't be that, but it can definitely be you falling into your feminine energy and you embracing what your role would be if y'all were together and asking for guidance or direction, right? Like, hey, excuse me, I'm new and lie your ass off, whatever. Or, hey, could you help me with that? Give him a reason and create for him to provide a service for you, and that'll open, the door for conversation. And this allows for a more comfortable dynamic in the world, so women can feel like the independent, strong women that they are, handling business and creating space for the men that they want, instead of relying on weirdo males that are still approaching women and bothering them while they're running around handling errands. Some women aren't washing their ass, they're smelling like the day before, and they really don't want to be bothered. So I think it's weird that dudes are out here still running them. Now, if you're in another country, that's a different story, but here in the States, it's not appropriate, if I'm being real. So that's why I brought that concept up a couple years ago. Oh no, you're just want to be like a woman, you're down low, da 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 da. Yeah, the guy that brought it up had to be called these different things, and now that concept is trending. I had to be called down low and everything else, and I want to, replace women and what women, have done to them, when no, I'm just telling you, this way for everyone to know. And it's not like you have to run up on them and say anything crazy, but you can't just, do the to do, which was walk by them, turn, look over your shoulder slightly, throw your hair, walk off a little bit, circle around take your headphones out, you know, sit down, put them back in. No, no, no. No, 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 no. You have to give a clear indication that, you know, you find this man attractive. And I have a lot of women flirting with me nowadays, so they're getting big, right? So in person, now you hear the weirdos online, which again, you know that most females online are the leftovers, right? You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that kind of slow, ain't got the picture yet. They're just out here living in their own little, you know what I'm saying, echo chambers, you know, listening to a bunch of regurgitated crap over and over online, but not going out in the real world and seeing how many women you're seeing by themselves in groups of 2 and 3. And I'm going in stores and stuff, and they're like going around the aisles, they're splitting up, triangulating me, you know, it's like I'm in a creepy movie almost, man. I look over and there's some chick giggling, as all I see is like her silhouette, and her and her friends are, you know, just, they're starved of male attention. And they're doing the best that they can out here to get it, but your old tactics don't work. You have to actually put the work in and approach the man that you want. Yeah, I complete, brother. Listen, you know what I'm saying? We're here just discussing different ways that women, now we're talking about the women here in this instance, women and ladies, not females, can get the attention of a guy in hopes, and listen, this is just them opening the door, and if you feel that way, you can politely shut them down. But what is it, like 86% of women that approach men end up marrying them? And I know this to be true because my ex-wife approached me and kind of turned her down. And you know, this shows you how aggressive women are. I turned her down, and I was like, here's my number, hit me up if you want to. If you don't want to, it's whatever. Because I was talking to a chick, she'd already bought me a couple of drinks, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to be rude, right? So my homeboy, I was really, she wasn't that attractive, the one that bought me drinks. Man, and my homeboy, who was trying to smash this cute little blonde, and her friend, who, I mean, she had a cute face, but you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, she had some chub, but I wasn't gonna do anything. But then she was talking about, yeah, you know, she has a sister, and you know, we was in, I don't know where, I think we're in West Virginia at the time. I was like, oh, you gonna do what? You know, so I started listening to her talk about this, and I'm like, and that's when the ex-wife rolled up on me and was like flirting with me or whatever, and you know, trying to, and I was like, I'm trying to see what this chick's talking about doing with her sister and me, man. And you know, I tried to blow her off, but she was persistent, and this is what happens, man. Now, you ain't gotta be that persistent, but if you approach a dude, you're gonna catch him off guard. And it's a great way to, you know, start up a conversation, and that way the guy knows you like him. Ain't no guy gonna be like, I can't believe she approached me, but does she like me? No, he's like, man, I gotta go tell the boys, man, this little cutie approached me. I mean, I wonder if she trying to troll me, or is she pranking me or something. That's about the most. But again, if you strike up a little bit of conversation, he can figure that out, vetting you, you know what I'm saying, during that initial conversation. All I'm saying is, y'all, you have a lot of, before I get off of here, you have a lot of females that hate your guts. They can't stand how strong and masculine you are. And then you have a lot of women out here that love that you stayed consistent in your masculine, even when people were trying to come at you all kind of different ways to destroy whatever you're trying to present. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us are lone wolves out here, and you know, we're trying to let people know how important it is that men should build themselves up, and they should be fortified to where if anything happens, a loss in the family, you know, you end up getting a woman and going through divorce, or your businesses go under, whatever happens, you end up on the streets, you know that none of that defines you. You fortified yourself, and you're so resilient, and you know that you know what's important, which is eventually getting to your goal, but the journey. And so whenever you think it's something that's a fall or shortcoming or a loss, it's really not. Because if you really believe in God, like you claim you do, then you know that God will give you anything that you can't handle. So you know it's a lesson. It's a lesson. So there's something to be learned here. And if you're taking your time and you're learning something from it, then you're never wasting any time. Everything's a lesson. And you know, life should be about lessons and learning and growing. And as you grow with every lesson, if everything that what other people perceive to be a pitfall, a loss, you know, you coming up short, you know, you trying to hold an L, nah, you look at it from your perspective as this is an opportunity for growth. This is a lesson in some type of way. And I refuse to look any other type of way, because all I do is win, right? All you do is win. Your goal, your mindset, your spirit, you know, it can't be swayed. You can't be put in a situation ever where you doubt yourself, because you know you're a vessel of God in this realm. So you're the embodiment of the living God, and this doesn't have any doubt. God knows, you know, who He is and do. So it doesn't matter what situation I'm in. Again, you can put me anywhere. You can put me in rags, calling me, you know, loony, you know, fruity, whatever. It doesn't matter. I know who I am. You know, I know what I represent, and I know that, you know, I represent God. I'm gonna carry myself, and I'll build myself back up, no matter how long it takes. No matter how long it takes, no matter how much work is needed, it'll get done. It'll get done. I'm not gonna lose. I won't lose. You understand? Like I'm always gonna win. I don't care what it looks like to other people. I'm always gonna win. I don't lose. You know what I'm saying? What you think's going on, just because you're small-minded and you can't see the big picture, that's not my problem, right? I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna get whatever I want. I'm always winning. Always. I don't even know what losing looks like. I don't know what the concept is. I can't frame it in my head. It's not even an ideology for me anymore. What does it mean? What I don't even know what that even means anymore. What's a loss? What is a loss? Could you lose? Losing what? Because anytime, you know, weight's thrown on my shoulders, I just want to say more. More, please. You know what I'm saying? And every time my situation, you know, I'm like, damn, you know, I could have handled even more. It's not a loss. I don't even know the concept anymore, man. I can even put my mind around it. How does that even work? It never happens with me. I get whatever I want. I work hard for it. You work hard for whatever you want, and you're relentless about it, and you're disciplined, then it's just a matter of time. You can't lose. I think losing is for lazy people. Yeah, I think if you lose in anything, you're just lazy. You're just lazy. You know what I'm saying? Everything can be a lesson, and everything in your life, because everything that happens in your life is your choice, should be growth. Period. Look, you guys, go ahead and smash the button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We're going to ease off more often. You know, this channel, you guys aren't used to it, but I have 3 other channels, and this is the thing that I do. I go live a lot, more so from my phone than from the desk. So, you know, get used to getting it mixed up. And having a variety. It's the spice of life, right? But smash that like button. It's very important. Drop comments. You know what I'm saying? You guys let me know what you think. You think I'm full of it? Do you rock what I'm talking about? Can you understand what I'm saying? Or do you feel like a bunch of babble? Let me know. All right? Love and light. Your brother, and I'm out.